Hi everybody, DUGROZ here with DUGROZ Reports. Welcome to another episode of Frugal Points, the series where I drive in my car and talk to you about the philosophical side of points and miles. Today's topic, my US Bank Altitude Reserve exit strategy. The USBAR. And if you weren't aware, the card is getting nerfed big time come December 15th. The most important nerf among those is that instead of real-time rewards being worth 1.5 cents per point, on December 15th, 2025 and beyond, it will only be worth 1 cent per point. That's a 33.33333% reduction in value, and in my opinion, a card killer. There are a couple other nerfs as well. That one was the worst. The second worst is that the $325 dining or travel credit will be changing from a broad credit that you can use on anything to a portal coupon that you can only use within the US Bank Altitude Travel Center. And then the third nerf affects me the least and functionally doesn't affect me at all, but worth mentioning, the cap on mobile wallet spend at 3x will be moving to $5,000 per month, whereas before there was no cap. Again, doesn't affect me personally, but I know in the broader community it does affect some. So I'm going to spend just a few moments talking about how I'm going to off-ramp from this card and what I mean by that. Before I dive in though, on this particular channel I talk about finding epic value, including, but not limited to, credit card rewards for the average American. If that sounds interesting to you, please click the thumbs up button and please subscribe to the channel. Let's dive in. Alright, so here we go. This is what I'm going to do. My next statement with the Altitude Reserve closes on August 10th, which, as of the date I'm recording this, is only 5 days away. Might take me a couple days to push this out, so by the time you're seeing it, it may be at or slightly beyond August 10th. But I've got about 2 days left, maybe through the 7th, I would say, to do any spend I want to do on the card, because I need those charges to close and post before the statement cut date, which is probably 12:01 a.m. on the 10th. So I've got tomorrow, which is Wednesday the 6th. I've got the day after that, which is Thursday the 7th, and I'm going to say that's it. If I haven't made a purchase by end of day Saturday, I'm done. And then after it posts, I'm going to take some action. Going into this statement, I have somewhere around 20,000 points. I'm driving the car, so I don't remember exactly. And then I'll add a little bit onto that. Actually, I'm considering adding onto it a gift card for maybe $500, which could be, I don't know, Uber, could be Amazon, could be a Visa prepaid gift card. Haven't decided yet. I know I often give the advice to be careful about gift card buying with US Bank. They're moderately sensitive or somewhat sensitive. I don't think one gift card is going to bankrupt my relationship, but I'm kind of feeling like, you know what? Let's burn it down. If that causes them to close my card, so be it. Not that concerned. But whether or not I buy a gift card, it's like that episode of Seinfeld, like, why are you returning this? Spite. I don't think spite's a reason. Well, it could be a reason. Okay, it's not just spite. There's also a practical reason, don't get me wrong. It's more points. I mean, $500 at 4.5% back is, I believe, somewhere around $22. Obviously, subtract any fees out of that, but that's real money. Not a lot, but it's something. I'll put that off to the side. So then after my statement cuts on the 10th, I don't know exactly when, but maybe a week or so after that, I'm going to use my real-time rewards. Now, I don't have a specific travel booking in mind, so I need to do something that will trigger real-time rewards and is highly flexible. With 20,000 points, let's see, at 1%, that would be $200. but it's 1.5%, so I'm looking for $300. So I need to figure out something that's just barely under $300 or whatever that amount ends up being, you know, 312 or 314. I'll be careful to do the math. And if I throw away $2 or $3 on the back end, I'm not concerned. US Bank Altitude Reserve used to have a thing where you had to have enough points to equal a 1 penny per point to do the cash out. Like if you wanted to do a, let's say, $1,000 redemption, you had to have 100,000 points. That's not the case anymore. If you had 67,000 change, you'd be okay now. So I don't have to have more points than what I'm redeeming. I should be able to get it all the way down to close to zero. So what can I do that's flexible? Well, you're looking for something where you can get credit but then kind of bank it, or sort of save it for later, or make it refundable, or something along those lines. So I'll give just a few examples. I haven't decided what yet. Although this is the least likely. I've used Amtrak in the past. If you get an Amtrak rate that is freely changeable, you could get the $299 Amtrak fare. Just search around different city combinations until you find the right price. Wait till it posts, trigger real-time rewards, get your real-time rewards, wait a week, then cancel, and you could use that Amtrak train trip anytime you want. Disclaimer, I have no idea what Amtrak's policy is for how long those, I want to say flight credits, but whatever they call it, train credits stay in your account. Another example would be Southwest Airlines, and I know they've gone through some changes recently, so I don't think the flight credits last forever anymore. I think they last a year, so like you could get not the lowest fare, not the want to get away fare, but the want to get away plus, or whatever they call it nowadays, fare, and you know, then book it, get the real-time rewards, get the money deposited in your account, and then cancel it, and you just have money in your Southwest account. Probably the most likely candidate, though, will be with Uber, because I did this experiment before we went to England last summer. Well, the summer we're in now, earlier this summer. If you preload Uber with a credit card, like add it to your Uber Cash, that should trigger real-time rewards. It did for me the 1 or 2 times I tried it. And then you've just got Uber credit. You can use it for Uber in the future. You can use it for Uber Eats. As far as I know, that never expires. If anybody has a different data point, let me know. And likewise, if anybody has a different trick or tip, put in the comments. I would love to hear it. So that's what I'm going to do. And basically, I'm going to get my US Bank Altitude Reserve points down to or nearly zero and just put my card in the drawer and not use it after that. My next annual fee renewal is in February. So the good news is all these changes go into effect on December 15th. One would assume that right around that same time they're going to announce their transfer partners. So I can wait and see before I make my next keep or cancel decision in February. So that's what I'm going to do. Now let me give you a little bit of rationale here. And it all comes down to this. I don't trust US Bank to not do something to make it functionally worse between now and December 15th. US Bank is a very relational bank, but their IT is bad. I mean, there was a time, I think it was in January of 2024, where many, but not everyone's mobile wallet earnings was all screwed up. And mine were one of the ones screwed up, and eventually they made it right and gave me an extra 5,000 points to make up for it, and eventually gave me all my retroactive points, but it took them from like January to April to fix it in their system. So I don't want to be in a situation where if something goes wrong, I'm supposed to be earning 3x points between now and December, but I'm only earning 1x points. The other piece of the puzzle is with how they nerfed the Smartly card when it was open less than a year. Frankly, I don't even trust them to not make some sort of intentional thing. Like, you know, I could see them saying, due to system maintenance, we're shutting down real-time rewards between October 31st and December 15th, and then we'll bring it back. And they hedge it as for one reason, but it's really just because they are tired of people, well, frankly, doing what I'm about to do and using up all their points in the most efficient way possible. So yeah, I'm gonna do that basically as soon as I can. I don't want to wait until December 15th. Maybe that's paranoia, but I guess I'm operating under the one in the hand is worth two in the bush mentality. So go ahead and put your comments down below. Let me know if I'm crazy or not. I will also mention this video is intended to be released to my channel members a full day before everyone else. So I will mention that I have one and only one channel membership level. It's called a DUGROZ DieHard. $3 a month, cancel anytime. In fact, if you want to get it for a month, watch all my members only videos on binge and then cancel. I won't be offended, but please consider keeping it longer. In addition to getting early releases, I'm more likely to interact with my diehards, and also I have over 50 members only videos now. I actually released one earlier this week. That's all I'm going to do today. As always, may your spending be frugal and may your points be plenteous. Thanks.